All right, let's talk Minnesota Wild. We've actually got things to talk about now, which is fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about I don't know, people are acting like super shocked by this. You tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how shocked are you that the word now is that the loosely floated offer for Kaprizov before he actually comes back and sits down face to face with Bill Guerin is an 8x16?
I mean, yeah. I don't think it was very surprising. We pretty much were. I think it's been established that it was like the second they sit down and sign a contract, he will most likely be the highest paid player in the NHL. Like, there's a very good chance that's going to happen. So, and again, for the 800th time, I think we've actually mentioned anytime we've talked about Kirill and contract, we've always mentioned Leopold literally was like, whatever you want. Okay, do you want? I don't care. You can have half of my bank account. You can have everything that I own if you stay. So, like, it was going to always be a very big number, most likely, especially with the cap flying up again. Like, he's going to be at least momentarily the highest paid player in the league, probably until Connor signs.
Well, that's why Connor's waiting. Let's be completely honest with ourselves.
Connor's just like, I am about to go nuts.
Can you imagine if Kaprizov was the highest paid 97? Like, he waits out McDavid, and he's like, I don't care what he gets. I just want $1 more. And Billy's like, okay, I can work with that.
He's like, I don't. Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Can we sign like a side contract that says you will be with the Minnesota Wild? You are effectively ours for the next 8 years, and we are just waiting on a dollar figure that doesn't exist yet because McDavid hasn't signed.
Yeah, it's literally.
Is there a legal workaround for that?
The contract is literally 8 by Connor plus 1. Like, it's literally like just $1. They're like, whatever Connor's gonna sign for, that's what we'll use as our number. And like plus $1. That's what we're waiting for. But yeah, I think it's not surprising. It's Minnesota, so it's like, yeah, again, it is whatever he wants. Sign him long term. Make sure he stays in Minnesota. Ideally, that whole contract, but like as his whole career goes. And it was always going to make him the highest paid player in the league until Connor signs, unless he somehow figures out a way to do it after, which would be a very funny move. I don't care what the number is because, like, it's Kirill Kaprizov. It's the best player in franchise history. Like, it is what it is. Like, again, cap keeps going up. Who cares? Like, I couldn't even care what the contract is. If he signs long term, or he just, realistically signs any contract at this point, A+, don't care. Even if he is worth, even if he fulfills that contract for half of it, don't care. That's a halfway through the contract problem. We'll talk about that in 5 years. Who knows if we'll even be.
That's a lot better on an 8-year deal than a 13-year deal, right?
Yeah.
Protecting ourselves from ourselves.
We don't know anything about those.
Here's the real question. If we go back to those days, Kaprizov is getting offered like a, 16 by 16?
Oh, God. Yeah. Like, just like until death. It's a fucking.
He's like, give me a little bit more than whatever Kovalchuk was given.
Yeah. I can't believe that one was so funny. It was like, I'm out immediately.
And then just a couple years later, he's back.
Yeah, he's actually back, and the contract would still be going. And then I just like, whatever. Like, we don't actually care this time.
Wait, where is he going?
We will hammer
LA?
the Canucks.
Yeah, we don't care.
Like, it was literally just fucking. They just didn't care. Like, the NHL was like, don't worry about it, New Jersey. We'll randomly decide to punish other teams pretty hard though for this shit. But don't worry about it. We don't know why we are letting you off the hook here, but
I know exactly why. Who signed him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, Kirill, sign, great. A+, don't care what the number is. Also, it is crazy now that we know how much the cap's going to be going up. Like, just how substantial it is every year. Like, in the next, 4 or 5 years, we'll probably finally see in the cap era someone signed for $20 million a year.
So the one thing though that I don't know if we've gotten clarity on yet, when he signs his contract, what salary cap is he basing that number on? Is it the second the ink dries? Is it what it would be the year he starts his new contract? can you look forward and say, hey, we're going to have it incrementally increased to match the salary? Like, I don't know what the rules are there.
What do you mean? Like how, what?
You can only have 20% of the cap.
Yeah.
So is that 20% of what it is today? Is that 20% of what it'll be July 1st when he's technically a free agent? Or can it go beyond that even?
The start of the contract. Like when the contract actually starts, that's what the 20% base. Well, I mean, that would be all the rules to that CBA would be when that contract starts. Whatever the CBA.
Well, also the CBA does not go into effect for another full calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
So like the only thing that it sounds like is on the table is whether or not they accelerate the draft rights stuff, mostly because of the CHL to NCAA stuff. Like, what do you do with that?
They're like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
But yeah.
But either way, dude, it's crazy that we're going to see like $20 million per year contracts. Like at some point, like it's funny just thinking about like, I don't know, past 5, 6, 7 years, like any player that's signed for like 6 or 7 million, it's like, oh, that's a fucking legit player. Now, like that's basically like third line money, like almost like 6 million. Like it is literally like there's plenty of third line guys or like second pair D that they're signing for 6 million. If you can get your starting goalie to sign for 6 million, you're like ecstatic. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I do wonder what comes of this though. Like, does every player on future deals get an incremental increase, or is it going to be, hey, big dogs are going to get the bank, and then everyone else is going to get like a nominal increase? But like when we're talking about third line guys, they're basically making what they make now, and all of the money is going to go to the top rather than like fourth liners and third liners making more. I'm curious to see how that all shakes out.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's kind of just going to be like, I mean, I guess it'll depend team by team. That's the other thing, too, with the salary cap is like, is it going to be bad for parity? You know, like, is it just going to end up being like there's a handful of teams that can even like have any chance of competing? Like, I don't know. Like, that's been a topic that people have talked about before, too. It feels fairly likely. Like, unless some of those like teams like Columbus can start throwing like $25 million at people for like a 1 or 2 year thing. Kind of like just a different version of what they did, like Columbus, when they somehow went out and like actually bought that year at the deadline. They made the playoffs and it like kind of worked out. They won a round and whatever. Like, stuff like that. I don't know. But I feel like more short-term deals.
Baseball. Does it become baseball?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would wonder too if there's like, I mean, well, like they just decided to like do the 6 and 7 year deals, like cut down like the term or whatever. But like, you would, if it's gonna go up so much every year, like or the first few years, you could see probably guys being there. Realistically, I guess the top guys, a lot of them do want to sign like 5 years as is right now, just so they can just keep hammering out like contracts as the cap goes up. Because I mean, it used to be maybe it goes up 1 million, maybe it goes up 1.5, and it's like, all right, whatever. Like, hopefully you time it so when the next one comes in, the salary cap has made like $5 million more than when you signed originally. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it does. But again, it's just weird thinking about like someone on your second line that you're like in today's NHL, it's like that's gonna be really hard to keep that guy. But like a hometown discount might be like a 7-year, $8 million. It's like that guy took a fucking hometown discount to stay here because there's just going to be so much more money. So it's going to be weird to see what it does, I guess. I don't really know how I feel about it, but I mean, the guy should be getting paid. So that's fine. More like whatever. I hope they all get paid.
More money, less problems.
Ideally. What else?
From Cole, hypothetically, if a guy like Thompson goes on the market, who would Billy send to Buffalo to make that happen? I mean, the short answer is not Boldy, Faber, Bouya. Right. But the longer answer is, what's the market for him? Has he like outwardly demanded a trade and said that he won't stay there? Like, what are the conditions under which he's being moved, and are other people ponying up bigger offers? Like, I think Billy would give up most things to get a guy like that, whether he's a center or a winger. But that's just, there's a lot of caveats that go with just the nature of him being traded from Buffalo that I think impact what you'd have to give up.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy now because I remember when he signed that ticket, like it was obviously like a year after he really popped, like for the first time. And now it's like, oh, that's a big number. Like, let's see if he can replicate it. And he basically has replicated these numbers year after year. But now, like when he signed, it was like, that's a big deal. And now it's like a $7.14 million cap hit until 2030. Give me that fucker guy every day of the week. Holy shit.
Would you agree that general like public sentiment has been that he's kind of underperformed and he's still fucking putting up those numbers?
It is, yeah, because I remember there was a little bit of that last year, but I think it was just like a really rough start. But I mean, and he ends up finishing the year with 44 goals. It was the year before, like the 2023-24 season was they put up like a bad year on one of the worst fucking hockey teams on the fucking planet.
Right.
But I think he had 2 years ago, it was 29 goals, 56 points, and 71 games, and that was literally like the one down year he's had since signing that deal. Like he's had 38 goals, 47 goals, 29 goals, 44 goals. So, I mean, and now again, just thinking about what he signed, the conversation like, oh, you better hope that you can fucking replicate it. And now it's a $7.14 million through fucking 2030. And you're like, yeah, absolutely. Bargain.
To Cole's point here, he says like a Tkachuk from Calgary. I don't think it's at all comparable to that.
No.
Tkachuk was a way bigger fish to go out and grab. But I can absolutely see there being some level of bidding war for teams that are desperate for size down the middle and that level of skill. Like, I could see a decent haul if it's played right. And if it's not, again, if Pagula's got a gun to his head, like, you got to trade this guy, you're not going to get the same return. That's just kind of the nature. I think Calgary made out differently because Tkachuk is a different tier of player. But
yeah, and I mean, also it is interesting. I mean, like, just based on how badly the Wild bundled their like treating of like how they went about like trying to trade Marco Rossi or whatever. It is interesting now to see like what our future big trade package is going to look like. Is it going to be like, no, we don't really care about draft picks anymore? Is it going to be like, we want like players that can play right now? And that's pretty much like, is it going to be like more hockey trades, but in that regard or whatever? Or is it just going to be like, yeah, like whatever, current guys that can play right now, but like a way higher demand on like a younger promising prospect versus the draft picks. Like, that's the thing. I just like, I wonder with where we're going here with the salary cap, if there's just less emphasis on like acquiring lots of draft picks and trades. I don't know, but
what would be more shocking at this point if Tage Thompson played fourth line center for the Buffalo Sabres in the playoffs, or the Buffalo Sabres just being in the playoffs?
God, that just gave me. I there is a world where the Sabres just never make the playoffs again. Like, I mean, they're absolutely
honestly, but
it's
I would
unbelievable how the script stays the same every fucking. It is legitimately unbelievable that it's the same thing every fucking year. Except I think the one difference this year was like they sucked from day one, but it was just 82 games of absolute shit.
And I'm still like, everyone point and laugh at me, but like, I'd be 0% shocked if they made the playoffs this year. Like, they've got a good enough roster and the East is pretty open. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, who fuck knows, dude? But yeah. What other wild stuff we have? I actually did.
So line combos. Very interesting to hear Russo give pretty firm indications that Boldy and Tarasenko is likely the thing.
Yeah.
And decent chance that Rossi's the center there.
Mm-hmm.
Which means the line that I don't want to see of Kaprizov, Ek, and Zuccarello is pretty much penciled in to happen, unless you think Yurov is going to be the guy that slots in there, and then Ek being your 3C actually makes me very, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think realistically, maybe it was last week we talked about this too. There's only a couple of actual questions that I'm pretty confident that they're probably gonna roll out that like Kaprizov Zuccarello line, which I think we are both on the same page, not what we want. It was really like, are they gonna go back to throwing Rossi there, which was working at the start of the year last year before literally everyone got hurt and they were cooking. Because I mean, I think at this point it's pretty clear that like we are gonna be having Zuccarello Kaprizov tied together. Tarasenko Boldy. Sounds like that's what they really want. It's really are they going to flip those two centers? Like, is that because again we saw what it looked like early in the year. It was awesome, and then again the entire fucking roster, not named Marco Rossi, got hurt. And then again, like the only other real question is like, what does Yurov look like? Because I mean, he could be the wild card where it's like, hey, if he really pops and you feel comfortable throwing him in your top 6 at center, that's a long shot like out of the gate for me. Potentially, like as he gets more comfortable in the NHL as the season goes on, potentially. But yeah, if you could have that third line of Foligno, Ek, Hartman, that is very fun. And just, God, imagine playing against them for more than like 2 minutes. That would fucking suck.
That'd be
but
terrible.
Like realistically, those are just the only real question marks I have really going into this as far as the forward lines go. Because that like, as you keep thinking about it, there's just no fucking way that like Ogren's gonna be on this team day one of camp. Like I just don't see it unless you're really comfortable with has like a 13 forward or like swapping in and out with fucking like Marcus Johansson, which sounds stupid. Like that's just a bad idea to me. Like it's the same thing where it's like, hey, do you want him like playing a few games and then playing on your fourth line, or do you want him playing every night in Iowa, like being a goal scorer, being what he's going to be in the NHL when he does get there? I don't think it's actually a real question for me, but like now that we know that like Yurov's going to be here day one, regardless of what he looks like in camp, he's going to be on this fucking roster. Doesn't it's very funny. It does not matter what this fucking kid looks like in camp. He is going to be on the team day one. So it's like, can he be a wild card to potentially slot in your top 6? Other than that, it's just like, what does the center depth look like? Like what order are they in? But like that feels pretty much like a guarantee as far as the line combos go. And I'm very annoyed that they're probably going to go back with Zuccarello and Kaprizov. Because, I mean, like we've said before, we've seen this for 3 years. They've tried it. And it at no point has really popped for more than like 5 consecutive shifts. So, I don't know.
And you see a lot of fans, especially on Twitter, that are like, we don't want Zuccarello with Kaprizov. His production should be tight. Why do you care? It's his last year. Like, if that's going to get more out of Zuccarello and it's what Kaprizov wants, do it. I don't care. Do you not want a better version of Zuccarello if that means that you get more spread throughout the middle 6? I'm very okay with that scenario. I just don't like Ek being between them.
It's also funny. I mean, like, Zuccarello, the past, 4 years, 79 points, 67 points, 63 points, 54 points. Like, what are we talking about? Who cares? Like, he's just been producing when healthy. Like, he's just been really good. So who cares if he's playing with fucking Kaprizov? It's working. Like, Kaprizov's going off, and Zuccarello has been producing since fucking Kaprizov got here.
This comment just hurt my brain. Because it'll probably happen, but it still hurts. You didn't see it?
No.
Our boy Tegrity said, fuck it. Johansson, Ek, Boldy.
Hell yeah, I'm in. I don't care. I love JoJo. I'm gonna be that annoying. I will be to Marcus Johansson what Hines was to Freddie Gaudreau in the playoffs. He will be, no matter what, he's my guy, go-to guy. Absolutely. He's the best player in the world. I love this man.
You know,
he's the GOAT.
See, I think you got the resume. I think you could do play-by-play for the Wild. I really do.
You think so?
I think you got it in you.
Can you imagine me?
Wait, hang on. I take it back. When's the last time you had a nice steak or a red wine? Specifically from Italy.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't think I could do it. I take
it back. You are not at all equipped for that.